guys are live now.
Are we live now?
Good. 8.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is ENERGISED You Q&A with Ray, Sane and the lovely Susanne Ridolfi as well. I'm looking with the youngest looking pair of 63 and 64, 63?
Not the year over 40, thank you very much.
Oh, okay, no problem. Anyway, we've got episode number 8 today. I'm really lucky. We've got our special guest, Ray's wife, Susanne. Beautiful Susanne, so thank you for coming along. So what we've been doing for content now is we've been talking to our clients at Beyond Transformation and finding out what it is that they really want to help with their motivation, mindset, nutrition, So we've got a really good question for one of our clients, Melissa. So Mel, this one's for you. I hope you're watching. So her question was, as a busy parent, mother, entrepreneur, human being as we all are these days with the social media and phones and that, how do you prioritize your me time and your health and fitness? Okay, so how do you prioritize your me time and health and fitness? So guys, really quick, if you're out there on Facebook Live, can you give us a 1? Just type a 1 in the comments if you're watching this live, and please put a 2 in there if you're watching this on after it's been pre-recorded. So first of all, guys, we're going to probably share. I'd love to start off with you, Susanne. Ladies first, as always. And what's your why with your health?
With my health?
Your health. How do you prioritize your health? So we're going to do 10 tips, but what's your why, and why is it so important for you to prioritize your health and fitness and your training? I know you like doing yoga, you're a jogger, you've run some half marathon, do I remember rightly? Full marathon? The full marathon? Yep. So what's your why?
My reason for looking after myself?
Yeah.
I want to die well.
I want to die well?
Yeah, that's my reason. I want to... For me, it's not just about adding hours to your life, it's adding life to those hours.
Love it.
So when I decide, well, we all made a decision as human beings. We decided to come to this planet. We all were born. Yeah? We can tick that box. We also know that at some point in time we're going to leave this planet. We're all going to die. We just don't know in which shape and form that's going to take place. So I prefer to be well when I go. I prefer to make my decision when I want to go. So my biggest reason for looking after myself, which includes me time and the exercise time, the movement time, is to keep myself well so I get the most out of these hours that I have on this planet.
Wow. So you keep yourself well to get the most out of your life.
Yeah.
100%.
And by doing that, I can also be of service to others, so allowing them to move on that path as well.
I think that's the best answer we've had on this show yet. Suzanne, you've gone straight to the top.
She's all right, isn't she?
She's all right. So Raymond, your why?
So for me, the important thing is I know for my own sanity that I need to spend time with myself, by myself, and feel happy with that. People talk about being lonely when they're by themselves, but for me, the real true nature of having a strength of character is that you're happily being by yourself and happy with that circumstance. So for me, on a day-to-day basis, I grab snippets of time where I can just do my own thing. So I will go out for a walk in the morning, so nature walks, the son does that as well. We do that independent of one another, and then at times we're doing it together. So we're getting that sort of own me time, and I'll be listening to self-some improvement. Yep. I have my earphones in, I'm listening podcasts, or I'm actually studying something as well. So I do a lot of self-education work, and for me that's nurturing, strengthening, developing myself, and making myself feel better about myself. I guess for me the main word comes to mind for me is getting in a state of contentment. Yep. So I feel content, and that might be just for a short period of time. Yep. Really content. I also use reading quite a lot. I mean, I will read a book a week at least. Wow. And that's cool. Susanne will attest to my bedside table. It's yay high in books and an eclectic mix of everything from educational books to novels. So I'm sort of mixing and matching there all the time to keep my mind stimulated from that point of view and feeling good. And then of course I like to just sit and meditate at times. Sure. So one suggestion I do make to all the clients that I'm treating is that 1 minute, just 1 minute every hour, sit still and breathe. Long inhalation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 1 minute an hour, and that's enough to just change the cogs change the tempo and get on with what you're doing.
Cool. That's how that leads with me. So wow, some good answers. So why do I prioritize my me? So how do I do it? So the first thing is you need to have me time. My job, and same with Ray and Susanne, is we're dealing with people all the time, you know what I mean? And the thing with working with people, it's quite draining and it's a lot of giving. You know what I mean? It's a lot of giving. My job is giving and teaching and coaching as the same, you know, with both of you, and you guys have a lot more experience than me. So the reason why I take my me time is I need it for my sanity. You know, I really do. Like if I don't get that, you know, half an hour to an hour a day, and that's where, you know, I meditate. You know, I do practice what Ray preaches. I'm being a good client, so I do. You know, and I need to do it. I need to seclude it. I need to prioritize it. I need to put it in my diary. You know what I mean? I need to go, look, that's my time. And look, and that doesn't happen every single day, but when it does, I fire on 8 cylinders. When I don't, and if I miss it more than 2 days in a row, my performance drops down a lot. So, you know, I have to schedule it, and the why I do it too, and why I prioritize my me time and my health is to be a good example. You know, like my job is I own a health and fitness business. I'm the poster of that boy of that, you know, of that business. You know, I'm the walking billboard. When I tell people I'm a PT, I need to look like it. You know,
absolutely.
If I don't look like it, and I don't treat my body that way, and I don't practice what I preach, you know, that for me is one of the biggest challenges with being a lot of coaches is hypocrisy. There's the amount of people out there that like to say it and don't do it is, you know, unfortunately quite high. With myself, that's one of my biggest fears. So I like to, when people meet me, they go, oh, you obviously look after your health, or you do look like a personal trainer, or you do look like a shiatsu therapist, or you do look like someone that, you know, walks their talk. So anyway, so that's a bit about our why and why we do it. Now we're going to go into 10 tips. Okay, so Suzanne's got 4, and myself and Ray have got 3 each. We're going to start off with you, Susanne. So your 4 hot tips for, you know, and this is really good because I want you to talk to the mothers out here now. You know, I want you to talk to the female entrepreneurs. Myself and Ray are male energies, and the thing why we wanted to have you on here today is, like, you're a busy woman, you're an entrepreneur, you train, your training is incredibly consistent, you know, you've been a mother. So what are your top tips for the mums out there in regards to prioritising their me time for their health and fitness?
So number one, I think busy is a very popular word in today's world. And people make themselves busy, and I think that's been doing whatever. But, you know, coming back to what's the purpose of doing what you're doing, the purpose for me of me time is to find out about me. Who am I? And when you're a mother, I guess specifically as a mother, we have so many different roles in our day.
Yeah.
And I think this is very female and same thing that we do. We look after others very
first,
well, and put ourselves at the end of the list.
The end of the list.
So number one, I think when it comes to me time, is to move that priority. Yep. It's interesting. We lived in England for 13 years. We lived in England, right? And you could wake up to this gorgeous day in the morning, and the sun was shining, and we'll say, we'll just do all these boring things that we need to do first.
Yeah.
Clean the house, do bits, whatever it was, and then we'll go out and enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't work in England because the weather very often changes very quickly like that. So when the time for us to go out and do the things that we would enjoy doing was gone. So it's the same with your me time. So you put the me time on top of the priority list.
Yep.
That's number one, I think.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
And then I think it's like, if you're going to find out, me time is about finding out who I am.
Yep.
And what my needs are.
Yep.
And taking a bit of self-care.
Yep.
So first, number one is who am I then? And, you know, to find out who you are, you need to start to listen to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your body, what your body is telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is, you know, Ray spoke earlier about stillness and meditation. When listen, if you look at the word listen, it's the same letters I use in the word silent. So you need silence to come to that listening point. So how do I find that in my day? Well, I said to you, I need to start to date myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make date time with yourself.
Daytime. Date yourself.
Date.
That sounds like fun.
Well, we started. Did we date each other? Maybe we did. So we make time for others to come into our lives, right? So you need to make time for you to come into your life. You said yourself, you schedule yourself.
Yeah.
Time. So I think number one is to schedule time within your in your diary, if you like.
Yep.
this is me time.
Yeah.
Wherever that fits in, and as mothers, I mean, nowadays I do it in the mornings, like Grace, I go out for my morning walks, and I do wake up much earlier, right?
Yep.
So it's quietness in the house. I can go out and do that me time in the house, and then I go out and do my me time. As a mother, that might be a bit difficult.
Yep.
So where in the day do I then fit in my me time? Maybe it's in the end of the day, but you need to schedule it somewhere. If it's going to work, you're going to have to schedule it and then commit to yourself. You know, for me, it was very unconscious to start with, and then I became more conscious.
Sure.
So it's a commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah. And as you said as well, for me, it's very important to do it because I actually ask others to do it. So I ask others to do it. So I need to walk my talk.
Yep. Integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to make those date times fun times as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going out and doing your movement, your exercise, your meditation, whatever it is, can be daunting. You know, I take myself for coffees.
Yep.
Make a day at the coffee shop. I go out and have coffee with myself.
I like it.
Best conversation ever.
Yeah, I know. You enjoy
that. Sometimes the hardest conversation you can have.
You need to have.
Because it is that conversation like, who am I? What is my purpose here on this planet? What am I here to do? You know, when the kids are around, then you know you're doing it for others.
Yeah.
Well, then one day the kids are going to disappear out of your life, and there's going to be an emptiness. So then if you're not clear of that, and there's a lot of people that I work with, come to that point, well, I don't know what my purpose is. Who am I?
Yeah.
The kids are gone, I don't have that to do. What's my purpose on this planet? What am I here to do?
100%. Wow. That's some, Susanne, you need to come in more often. Like, we need the female energy.
I see her every day.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't. So that's some great information and great tips. Like I said, the thing with me and Ray is us both being male. It's a little bit more challenging for us to really understand the female psyche. So I think we need to get Susanne more often. You know what I mean? Because that's some great answers. Like I think it also helps us understand women as well. You know.
Well, the truth is, we're all humans. We're all oneness, if you like, but men and women are very different species.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I get that. So anyway, now on to Mr. Ridolfi, with Mrs. Ridolfi. So. Ray, your 3 top tips for important me time tips for prioritising your time, prioritising your health and fitness.
But continuing on what Susanne was saying, for me it is the mechanism of I have to be selfish about my me time. And Susanne will certainly attest to this. I will say, no, I'm going to go and do this. Excellent. So for me it is, I do mixed martial arts, I do Jiu Jitsu and my sort of passionate exercises. Yep. And then walking in the morning is my contentment, and as I said before, my education as well. So it's looking for moments of contentment during the day. And look, that might be, as I said, read a book. You might want to watch an educational video. You might want to just write something. So Susanne does journaling every single night, and I'm always impressed by that. Now that's me time, where nothing else happens, and she's just writing a journal next to me in bed while I'm falling asleep with my arm around.
Classic Malcolm.
You wait for the next one. So my next one, moments of contentment, is I will wake up during the night or in the morning, and a moment of contentment for me is to just reach over and stroke my partner. So that is, it's just nothing else matters to that moment. So I'm constantly looking for moments of contentment, whether that's when I'm out walking, and Susanne will test this. I'll stop and stick my head in a bush to smell the flowers in there if it's really aromatic, and I really do. I'll stop saying, look at that tree, and look at that branch, look at that flower, look at that leaf. So it's noticing things that give you those moments of joy. And of course, it is the walk, the talk. I mean, at 63, and she is 64. and Susanne and I, we like to think that we are representing and guiding people.
Walking, talking billboards.
Yes.
I've not seen 2 better examples, and I've seen a lot of people, I'll just quickly, sorry to interrupt, I've seen a lot of people talk it, and there's very few people, I say, walk more than they talk. And definitely you 2 do that. Definitely, 100%.
So we're really looking at the things you can do, and I just, simple tips, whether you enjoy cooking, whether you enjoy writing, whether you enjoy spending a moment drawing something, whether you enjoy creating. I mean, I edit my videos, I do my videos, I edit my videos. They're primarily for me because I enjoy that.
Yep.
Susanne and I are both authors, so we like to write.
Yep.
So it's finding the thing that you like to do and doing that as a passion as well. And for me, I get a lot of contentment and me time when I'm treating someone. We used to, Susanne and I ran a very big school in London for a number of years. We always tell our students that when you're with this person you're treating, there's no one else more important in the world than that person for that hour.
100%.
And so when you can then do that, you just create space in your own mind as well. So I think for me, contentment is the key.
Wow. Jesus. I've got to finish up after that. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go on a bit of a slightly different angle. I'm a slightly different energy to Raymond and Susanne, and I'm a little bit younger. You've got to be selfish. You've got to be selfish, you know what I mean? For me, some people, I know a lot of mothers especially struggle with that. I don't have any children of my own at the moment, okay? And for me, it was always my business and my health were the two things I turn into myself that I know that's me time that makes me feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? So it's about turning inside. That's the biggest tip. That when you want to do me time, you've got to realize the benefit of doing that as well. And that's the thing, people and connecting. And I'm going to go a little bit more down to getting motivated because we went really heady and very philosophical with Ray and Susanne. I'm going to go quite tactical. Okay. Now the problem is the amount of parents I've gone and started to train as a personal trainer over the years that use the kids and the work and the drop-offs and all that sort of thing as a reason not to get into their own training baffles me. Because the next question I always ask them is, well, do you want to be a good example to your children? Yes, well, why don't you do it? And leading back to what we were saying before about leading by example, for me, okay, my important me time tip is I have to lead by example. My number one, probably challenge I have with health and fitness is the amount of coaches out there that will say one thing and do the complete opposite. You know what I mean? It is rampant in the health and fitness industry. And like I said, the compliment I will give these two people sitting next to me is they talk a little bit, but they walk a lot. You know what I mean? And they talk a lot, actually, depending. What I'm saying is their actions far exceed what they say it spits out of their mouth. And for me, what comes out of my mouth, I have to have a definite, how I feel that I'm being authentic and I'm being genuine is why I literally walk my talk, you know what I mean? I train. That leads into, so leading by example, that's my number one. If you're a parent or you're an older sibling or whatever, you need to lead by example, not put your kids through, not sit there and sit on the side of the football field having a cigarette and drinking your beer and watching your kids do it. You should be doing that and showing them how to do it. That's number one. Number two is it is my non-negotiable routine is my health and fitness training. It's non-negotiable. There's no one that will cut into that unless I'm physically not, and I'll lead into my last tip, unless I'm physically not into the country. So what works with me? So for me, I'll tell you right now, Monday night Jiu-Jitsu, Tuesday's Muay Thai, Wednesday night Jiu-Jitsu, Thursday's Muay Thai, Friday I'll have off depending how I feel, and Saturday morning Jiu-Jitsu. That's 5 guaranteed sessions that I will do every week if I'm not injured or I'm not physically on the Gold Coast. There's non-negotiable. There's nothing my mum, my dad, my partner, my sister, my colleagues will ever cut into that, okay? So that's 100%, it's got to be that drilled into your brain. It's got to be so routine. It's like getting up and going to the toilet in the morning. Okay, it's that routine oriented to my life. Now the next thing for me is about finding balance. Now I'm a pretty extreme sort of character. You know what I mean? I go all in at work. I go all in, and when I work, I'm 11, 12, 13 hours per day of not busy work, of work. Okay. Now for me, I find traveling is my number one thing that balances me out. Jumping on a plane and going to another part of the world. As people that know me know, I've been training kickboxing for years. I do love to go to Thailand and spend a week and really immerse myself in the culture. I love to go to Thailand. I love the food. I'm learning how to speak. I can speak a little bit of Thai. I love traveling. For me, it's the most important thing that helps balance me in my life because I'm around people all the time. I'm working all the time. I'm not doing that with my partner. And so I don't get a lot of me time. So that's one way. And I'm a bit chill. I do get that half an hour every day, but I need that week every 90 days. I need that week of, very little human interaction, me time for me, and just prioritizing my sanity. And that's what works. So, yeah, if I can wrap it up, my 3 top tips: you've got to be selfish. It has to be a non-negotiable value and discipline and part of your lifestyle. And for me, it's traveling. You know, you got to find your off switch. You know, a lot of people these days are 25 to 35-year-old entrepreneurs, and this is probably a big thing for you. How do you switch off? You got your phone there, you got your laptop, it's going off 24/7. I mean, there's things like turning your phone off at times, but for me, it's just leaving the country. But I think we're going to wrap it up with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to thank Susanne very much. I definitely need to get Susanne on again.
Yeah.
Your 2 cents have been very valuable, and you're going to give a lot of value to some of the people that are watching this today.
Happy to come back.
No worries. And Raymond, my great
Thank
friend,
you
coach,
very much.
mentor, trainer. Besides that, guys, also just give us a 1 if you watch this live, and give us a 2 if you're watching this in your own time. Have a good day.
And I just want to make an announcement, or 2 announcements.
2 announcements.
Next month we're starting our Living Longer Younger program.
Physical program.
Yeah, Physical and Beyond for 45 plus. So if you're interested in that, be in contact with us or keep an eye on what we're doing.
Yeah.
And the other big thing is my very good friend here, talk about being consistent, walking the talk. Just this week was awarded his black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Thank you.
Awesome effort. He is one of the very low percentage hierarchy of people who have achieved that skill.
Thank you very
Fantastic
much.
stuff.
16 years, 3 times a week. Consistently.
That's just
We're going to wrap it up that. Have a good day. See ya.
Bye. Thanks.